she will play it because she's a crazy reviewer, gamer. Hopefully this song is shorter for you guys because she thinks the last one was too long, but she still is a crazy cat lady, you gamer. Hopefully this is the last one because like before, I don't like singing these songs.
CrazyCatLady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use for educational and entertainment purposes.
Okay. Hi everybody, Martha here. So, I'm gonna do a review for, since it's Christmas time. For people who don't know, Christmas time can be Harry Potter, any of the Harry Potter movies, since there's a Christmas scene in it. It can count as a Christmas movie for that very reason. Come on, if they count Die Hard, part a Christmas movie, why can't they count Harry Potter? So right now, this is the only one I have. It's available that's not dirty. So yes, I'm wearing this. So, oh yeah, I have my hat that says Hogwarts in it too. So there we go. So let's talk about it. So we're going to talk about some of the differences that are in the book. That's in this book. That's not in the movie. Like chapter 1, The Boy Who Lives, it's not about is not in the movie at all. That one has to do with, that one is about Vernon Dursley and him dealing with the fact that he will have to take Harry in, and him having to deal with like all the bunch of different wizards like celebrating Voldemort's death around him. So we get this. So the chapter that you guys are thinking about that starts, and doesn't happen until chapter 2 at least, the very beginning at the very end of the movie, where we see McGonagall and Dumbledore and Hagrid show up at the Dursleys' house to give baby Harry to them, who's a 1-year-old actually, and is actually a 1-year-old. So he had a year old with his parents before they died, and this takes place 1981. That's right, guys. That means the ones in all the movies take place during the 90s, not during the 2000s. The 90s. Okay. The movies don't really say what years they happen, but since at the graveyard for Deathly Hallows, part 1, it does still stay on it still stay on Lily and James' grave, but they died in 1981. So still almost 10 years has passed, because he's not yet 11 when the movie starts. And we know that Dudley is a few days older, at least few days or a month older than Harry, because his birthday becomes before Harry's, and he gets, at least in my picture, he gets 39 presents, not 38, because going to a zoo counts as a present. So, and the snake that they see, the python, or anaconda, I don't know what type of snake this is, but snakes don't have eyelids. Like, I don't get why a lot of movies give snakes eyelids, but snakes don't have eyelids. Yeah. So, and that gets Harry in trouble. The fact that Vernon says that you won't be able to get food for a week, that would really kill him. So, are you supposed to be taking care of him or allow him to die? Which one is it? So, I would say about a week later after that, or a day later, it doesn't really say. Harry gets a letter to let them know that he's going to be accepted to Hogwarts. And he keeps on getting more and more and more. And in the book, Harry goes to Dudley's second room for this reason, because when the first letter comes, it says one line it says on the envelope, it's like below your stairs, and the stairs covered. So they moved Harry up to the rooms one of the rooms upstairs for that reason, to see if they would not get another letter. Of course, they get another letter because Dumbledore is not stupid. So just because you moved him into another room in the same house does not mean you're not going to get another letter. No, is it? So, yeah. So that's why in the second movie he has his own room. So yeah. And the whole entire thing with all the letter, and the reason why they moved to another place too is to get away from the letters too. But we know Hagrid finds them there, and yep. And let's see, Hagrid does take him to Diagon Alley in the book and in the movie, but. And he does get a wand, and he also gets Hedwig there too. But Hagrid does not take Harry to King's Cross Station. The Dudleys do the Dursleys do that. Take him to King's Cross Station the next day. And yeah, that's basically it. Because they're gonna have to go to the doctors to get rid of the pig's tail that Hagrid gave to Dudley that day. So yeah, and basically that's it on that part. So yeah. Anyway. Hermione and I think the only other thing that happens with Hermione and Ron is pretty much the same way he meets those two, but the way he meets Draco is different. He meets Draco when he's getting fitted for his Hogwarts uniform, and that's why he meets Draco instead of at the Hogwarts stairs. But he did not. Draco does not notice it's him until they get to that spot on the stairs. So maybe it's a good thing they kept it there, because that's when they do that's when he does introduce himself to Harry, and Harry tells him, "No, we are not going to be friends." So yeah, because you don't like Ron. If you don't like Ron, you're not going to be my friend. So yeah, take that. Even though I like I don't mind Draco, because how his storyline goes for all the books. So yeah. So, and yeah, he does get Percy does tell Harry. So the way it works with the entire sorting hat thing, basically. It shows like every single kid that gets gets their hats sorted. It's like a whole entire chapter in the book. I'm not sure I'm trying to remember which one, but usually that one took a whole entire chapter in the book because it read every single name off. Yes, chapter 7. It says sorting hat. So yeah, in the book. So yeah, so we have to watch every single student walk up to the hat, put it on, and they get sorted into their house. even the ones that are not that important. So it's more than just Susan Bones. That's not important, like in the movies. Like in the movie. I still think that's like the only one time we get to see the Sorting Hat happens in the movies, because they show it every single year basically that Harry is there to witness it, because I think like they definitely don't show it in the next book. Not remember. I have to think about it. About the third book. So yeah. Anyway. After that part, the next thing we get to see basically that happens that's important is we get to see like all his first days of school. We get to see him go to Transfiguration, potions, and his first time on a broom. Now, pretty much I think he is late to his first class, and I think yes, Snape does question him about everything. I wish they would have kept that lead scene where where Snape gets humiliated actually by Hermione, but oh well. Because I do like my Alan Rickman so much. I miss him. And for the first when they do the Burns one, that one's pretty similar to what it is in the movie. So yeah. And except for James is not a seeker in the book. James is a chaser in the book. So yeah. There you go. He's still part of the Quidditch team, but he's a chaser. So yeah. And the whole entire thing that happens with the next scene we get to see is with the dogs. Neville is with them because there's a chapter in here that's not in the movie. So Draco and Crabbe and Goyle trick Harry and Ron to go and have a midnight duel somewhere in the castle, and the three of them sneak out. Neville follows them, and so Neville and when they get to the place where they're going to have the versus duel, Draco's not there because he's trying to get Harry in trouble, and so he walks back, and that's how he ends up in the third floor corridor. So yeah, that scene is completely different under police circumstances in the book and then in the movie. So yeah, and the whole entire thing that happens with the dragon is also different too. So like Ron did not get himself put in detention for that. Ron went to go and like call his brother, which is Charlie. They mention him in the movie, but they don't actually show Charlie in the movies, period. So Charlie was meant to take Norbit to Romania with Harry there, but Ron did not get in trouble for that. It's actually, okay, so the one who's actually getting in trouble was Neville, because he accidentally forgot the password to the dormitory and got locked out. And so he got sent to detention with Harry, Hermione, Draco, and himself. Those are the four who got sent for detention for that scene. So yeah. But basically, those scenes are the same, but the whole other thing that happens with the unicorn. Except for, we meet more centaurs too, because the centaurs, we meet Bane, and besides forensics. So, and there's a whole bunch of those different ones there, but Bane's and forensic are the ones I remember during that scene. And so yeah, let me think. Anything else? So the next scene with the whole entire Quidditch match, that's pretty good. And oh yeah, the Halloween scene's pretty good too. With the whole entire thing that happens with the ogre. That one's pretty good. That one's pretty on point. And Yep. They get only 5 points since Hermione lost 5 points, and they got 10. So yeah, so they only really got 5 points that night, if you think about it. So yeah. So anything else? Let me see. Oh yeah. What happens with Christmas, the part that we're about, since it's Christmas, we might also talk about the Christmas part. Hermione has to go home because she's the one who's actually staying. Well, Ron's parents go to Romania. That's the time they actually mention Charlie, and they go into the instruction section to go and find the book. And this is when Harry gets the invisibility cloak, and they never mention this in the movies as far as I'm aware of, but Dumbledore is the one that gives him the invisibility cloak. So yeah, maybe they mention it later on, but I don't know. Most people who made these movies figured that you've read the books, but I know a few people who have not read the books that have only seen the movies, or who said they have read the books, but they really haven't because they don't never diddly squat about the books. So yeah. Anyway, and like in France, every single year, Harry gets something from Ron's family. So yeah, and also we find out that this is when Hermione comes back and says, "I had you looking in the wrong area. How could I be so stupid? I checked it out weeks ago from a bit light rating." So, and I don't agree with you, Ron. This could be light reading. Come on. As far as I know, that book that she's holding is not as big as your books that are in here. So yeah, take that, Ron. So yeah. Anyway, and I know that the book is supposed to be called For Everybody. I agree. Us Americans are not that stupid. I know what philosopher is, and I know I see another area of a fantasy that has a philosopher's stone. If you guys have watched the Flame Alchemist series, Full Metal Alchemist series, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah. So I know what a Sorcerer's Stone is, okay? And I know that Miss Smell is a real person. So yeah. So take that, you people who thought that us Americans would not know what a philosopher is. So yeah. So I do agree that it should be philosopher us Americans too, not just for everybody else. So yeah. Anyway. So the next thing we see happens is Harry and Hermione go to find out how to take care of Fluffy, and they figured, oh, that Voldemort is already knows about learned about the dragon, because he's wondered how Hagrid got the dragon. He figured that he got it from Voldemort, and so he gave it. So he gave it to they went to Hagrid to ask about it, and he figured that's how it happened. And that's because they learned how Fluffy gets put to weaknesses with Fluffy, that he gets put to sleep. So yeah, and they go and ask McGonagall to tell Dumbledore after this, and they find out that Dumbledore is no longer at the school, so they're gonna have to go down there and do it themselves to stop Snape, who they think it's Snape. So yeah, and I remember because I read the first time I was reading this, and I didn't read it. My teacher read it to me, so I thought the whole thing would happen with Dumbledore and Voldemort. I thought Dumbledore. This was before I found out about everything. I thought Dumbledore was the one that killed Harry's parents. This was during before that the chapters revealed it. Since Dumbledore was the one that was there. So I know that now. That's not Dumbledore. But remember, this is my first time listening to it for my teachers. So yeah. So, and when we found that so Snape's not even there when they find out that's not him. So yeah, it's even weirder that the fact that the whole entire thing happens with Quirrell. The chess scene's like my favorite part in this book, basically. One of my favorite parts, in the book. So yeah, because you know me, I love to play chess, even though it's been years since I played it now. I'm probably a little rusty. So, the whole entire, so, yes, Quill does get burned when Harry touches him, but I don't think it's, as bad as in the movie. So, yeah. And this is, like, the only time this actor plays Voldemort. After this, we have, a teenager play him, and then we have, who plays him later on, but then we have a different kid play him after that. Play his kid version when he's 11 years old. So yeah. So what do I give this movie? And yeah, the scoring part's pretty good too, and everything else after that's pretty good up to date. So if I forgot anything that's not in the movie, that's in the book only, let me know, but make sure you've actually read the book, okay? I don't mind criticism about this kind of thing, because it's been about a year since I listened to the book, because I've listened to this book 3 times, and I've read it a lot, but I'm not as good as those Carlin brothers when it comes to it. So, and I've not read that much things to do with, Pottermore. So, yeah. So, guys, I give this movie, I would say yes, Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint are not as good as they become later on in the movies, but this is their first movie. So, give them a break, and they're kids. So, that's why I always say, give them a break. They're kids. So, yeah. So, I think they do get better, though. So, I would give this movie about, an 8 out of 10. So, here's Sully. I give it over at pause, guys. So, bye-bye, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and I am a wizard. You are, Sully? I'm a wizard key. Bye-bye! If you guys want me to do the other 7 movies, let me know. But I'm probably going to, unless the next Harry Potter movie, unless where the beast, where you find the beast comes out, that one, whenever that one comes out, I might do Chamber of Secrets then, but if it doesn't come up sometime next year, I might end up doing it Chamber of Secrets for next year's Christmas. But it's up to you guys. Let me know. Okay? So, bye-bye, guys, and Merry Christmas!